Okay, in this video we're going to talk about data types and operations. Now we won't do a lot of coding in this one, a lot of programming, but mainly just talk about the ideas here. So in JavaScript, two main data types are string and number. String we've worked with a bit. It's in either text inside of double or single quotations. If anything's in a quotation, it's considered a string data type. We can also work with number data types, which are just numbers. No quotations, just a straight up number or decimal number, and that's a number data type. So if I open up my console here, I can type JavaScript in here, and we can see JavaScript actually has a type of function. So I could type in, hello, and it says, oh, that's a string. Type of single quotes, hello, that's a string. But you cannot mix quotes, that's a problem, right? Single and a double, you can't mix them, you got to be consistent. Okay, type of 2 will give you a number. Type of negative 2.345 is also a number. Okay, so just types of data that we'll work with. We'll work with text data, string data, or we'll work with numerical data. Okay, and that's a string data type or a number data type. Now we can do operations on this on these data types. So string operations, there's only really one we'll look at for now, and that's called concatenation. Using the plus sign or addition. Basically, when we add strings together, it just joins them together. It's called concatenation. Okay, so we can actually see that in here if we wanted to. We could go, colon, plus Veldkamp. It just takes those two strings and puts them together. Right? You can do as many as you want. A plus B plus C plus a space plus a D. Right? And it just adds all those things together into one string. It joins them together. Okay, so that's a string operation, this idea of concatenation, adding or joining the strings together. On numbers, you can do a bunch of math operations, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication is a star, division is the slash, the remainder, or modulus it's called. Remainder is this percent, nothing to do with percent, but it's just this symbol here. It basically says if you were to divide 5 by 2, what would the remainder be? Well, 2 goes into 5 twice with a remainder of 1. Okay, star is the exponent, 5 to the power of 2. And you have to be careful of order of operations. You can put parentheses in your calculations, and it'll change the order. Right here, JavaScript would do proper order of operations. We'll go 2 times 3 first, and then 6 plus 1 is 7. With the parentheses, it'll do the parentheses first. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, and again, you can play around with that in the console here. Just going to hit clear for a second. 2 plus 3, right? 2 plus 3, take away 5 times 2. Cool, it's negative 5, that gives me the 10. 2 plus 3 is 5, whatever. And actually, I don't even need the brackets here because it would have done the multiplication first anyway to get the same thing. But if I had done this, that's awesome. I thought it would give me something different. 5 and 10. Oh, whatever. It's all good. I think. Sorry, I'm doing the worst examples. Maybe this would be something different. There we go. Forces you to do the 3 take away 5 first, and then multiply, and then add. Anyway, order of operations. Always mix me up. Okay, and then data conversions we can do as well with JavaScript. Now, JavaScript will actually automatically convert things for us in certain circumstances. So I have the examples here. When we add a number and a string together, it's like, oh, what's going to happen? Instead of giving an error, many programming languages will actually give an error and say, hey, you can't do this. JavaScript tries to be smart and says, you know what, addition could be adding numbers or strings. I'm going to do strings. So it converts this number to a string and then concatenates them together to the string 2, 3. Okay. When you're doing multiplication, JavaScript's like, ooh, multiplication doesn't work on strings, so I better convert the string to a number and then multiply. Right, we can see that here too. 2 times 3 right? It says, oh, I can only multiply numbers, converts that to a number and gets 6. But 2 plus 3 would give us the string, converts that to a string and concatenates. Now, we can also do conversions ourselves. There's a number function and a string function. These are, remember, functions are just commands like the alert function, right, that we used earlier, console.log. These are commands that are built into JavaScript that we can use. And these functions will take in values. So string 23.4, it takes in a number, and it'll convert it to a string. And then the number function will take in a string and convert it to a number. Okay, so you can go number 23, like so, and it'll convert it to 23 without the quotes. And it'll do that if possible, right? If we try to do cool, right, it gives me this NaN, which stands for not a number. It's like, it says I can't convert cool to a number, sorry, not a number. Okay, so when we did this 2 plus 3 here, we could actually force it, instead of doing the automatic conversion to a string, we could force it to go, right, hey, convert this string to a number, and now 2 plus the number 3 will give me 5. Okay, and same thing with, maybe I'm doing something with strings, and I could say hello. Oh, you know, it would do it automatically, but you could go like that, right? Convert the 2 to a string, although it would do it automatically. Anyway, that is that. So quick recap, 2 main data types are strings and numbers, right? String data type and number data type. Strings have the one main operation, concatenation, where we join the strings together. Numbers can do all this math stuff, and we have these conversions, number and string functions that can convert one data type to another, and JavaScript sometimes does those automatic conversions for us. Okay, this is going to come in handy because coming up we're going to talk about using variables to store data. We're going to do some calculations and getting input from the user, and we want to make sure it's the right type. Is it a string input or a number input, right? If I want to do some math operations, I want it to be numbers. So these conversion functions will come in handy. So remember those, number and string. We'll primarily use the number one because string is often kind of the default. Okay, that's it for that video. I hope it made sense. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.